Big John, Big John.
Well, my buddy Bob Groig stopped by. Check out the lettering on the truck. We were talking about the AC not working, and discovered this little wire. There's a little tab sticking out back here, but this wire was broke. They had it zip tied to this tube here, the air intake tube, so tight it was ridiculous. So I'm going to strip this back a little bit, strip this one back, and see if I can get some solder in there without destroying anything. Because I don't know if you can change this. Sometimes a pressure switch like that you can change without losing the contents. It'll have a diaphragm in there. You know what? Maybe I'll call down the red line and ask them about that before I mess with that. I think I'll do that right now. All right, talked to the dealer, talked to the service manager down there at Bowling Green, and he's going to do some checking, see if that can be unscrewed and changed out without losing the contents of the system. I don't know. Hopefully it can. It might work the other way though. I don't know. We'll see. All right, pulled that up by the barn out there. Got the air compressor with the large wand on. Cleaned all the weed seeds and dandelion thistle stuff out of the alternator, the radiator, down in this battery tray. Blew the air filter out and everything, that primary filter. But I think I'm going to change plans, and I'm going to take that tire off of that camper right there that's flat, because it's 11:30, and I think if I get that over to CJ, I might be able to get it back tonight. Holiday weekend, so then I can move the thing. I could pump it up and move it somewhere now, but it's right here. So I'm going to pump the tire up, get a jack underneath of it, and get her fixed. I don't know how this thing didn't blow. I don't know if you can tell. If you look right here, and then start looking around here, it's got such a bulge that it's hitting. The whole thing's coming apart. Look at these wires. I'm afraid to do much with it right now. Actually, I put air in it to get it up to get the jack under it. But yeah, that's a big old bulge in it. I don't know how I lost pressure. The only thing I can figure is up to Michigan Speedway. I checked them before we went up there, and I would have thought it would have been all right 3 days later. I didn't check them. When I got home, I noticed it was low. I walked around up there, but I never noticed it was low. We were parked in the grass. I don't know. I didn't check them with a gauge before we came home, but I checked them all and filled them all up before we went up. And none of them were low before we went up. Just made sure they were all between 75 and 80. So we'll get this valve core out of here and let the air out of it before this thing explodes. That was scary. Anyway, yeah, she was creaking and stretching and everything else. So yeah, we'll get this over to CJ and get her fixed. He'll hook me up. He always does. Northwest Tire. All right. Took the camper tire off. Took that over to CJ, dropped it off. He's going to try and get a tire on it yet for me today, so I can get her back on wheels, maybe get her unhooked later tonight. We went to lunch over to Speedway in Bradner, Bar and Grill. Got back, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I actually got a knife and I stripped the coating off of them wires, and then took electric pliers and peeled the coating off of there. So there's a little nub sticking out of there, so I'm going to try and solder. I'm going to try and get some solder on here. I know the lighting's terrible up under this hood, but I'm going to try and get some solder on there and stick them two together, and that way I got air conditioning, because it gets hot sitting in that terrarium with no air conditioning. I win for now. It probably won't last long, but all right, so we got the air conditioning fixed on Scooter temporarily. I know that won't last. Boy, Gibbs has been flying on. I don't know if he's insecticide or what he's doing, but he's been busy around here all morning. Are you still zoomed in close? Nope. Okay, you're back to normal. So now Piggy Pie's sleeping. So now we got to get the wagon back out, bring that around there, and fill the sprayer up, go spray that ground to Kirk's. And then I think it's 40 acres. I'm gonna have to call them and make sure. And then I'll be done spraying for a little bit. They say you want to wait until, here I am opening these doors again. Nobody left a comment. I asked you guys to go back through all my videos and see how many times I open these barn doors in the video. Open them. Then we can do close too. So, but anyway, so I got to call Kirk and make sure of the acres. And I think it's all in peppers right now. And we'll go spray that, and we'll be done until after the 10th of September. I was told you want to wait till later in the month to spray the wheat fields to try and get rid of the thistles. Because right now the thistles are, their energy is coming out of the ground to build plants. Somewhere around the 10th of September, give or take, they reverse that because they know winter's coming, and then they start sucking everything down into the roots to build a root system to store for the winter. So if you can do that, if you can hit them with Roundup when they're in that mode where they're sucking everything into the roots, well, then they suck the chemicals into the roots and it kills the whole plant. So that's what we want to try and do. So anyway, little board started. Let her warm up a little bit. She's cold-blooded. Gotta let her warm up a little bit. 40 pounds of oil pressure though. 40 pounds of oil pressure and a leaky exhaust fan. So I'll back this out. We'll take her over there and spray her up and fill her up and get ready to go. I just thought of something. The problem with these little Fords is reverse is about the same speed as second. So reverse is pretty quick. So when this wagon hits the drop off out of the barn, it's going to want to take off. The brakes on here, they're not there. pay attention and follow this wagon because I'm not going to be able to stop, so I don't want to jack. The brakes might work a little bit. No, they don't. No, they don't. We're freeway. Whew, okay. Got it. That could have got ugly in a hurry. Come on, Birdie. Well, that was fourth, no wonder. Second. Ooh, on a tire. Whoa. Man, that sun's bright. Woo. All right, catch up with you in a little bit. Catch up. Words are hard. Catch up with you in a little bit. Okay. We're loaded up. Air conditioning is blowing cold. And we're heading over to Kirk's. A couple fields to spray for him. 400 gallons of mix. 40 acres, give or take. And we're going to get her done. So CJ called the tire for the camper's fixed, so Tandy went over to get that. Get that put back on later and get that moved out of the way. So then I gotta get hold of Dad and have him bring his little Buick over and change oil in that, and we'll be good to go tomorrow. I'll see you over there. Well done with the first one. Man, was that rough in spots. Woo. He had a guy spread manure for him, and it must have been pretty wet when they were in there. I'm pretty sure I had the whole tractor in the air when I bounced through that one set of ruts that I couldn't see. Wow. Should have had the roof open so I didn't hit my head. Why do they put that little button right there where you hit everything with it, and then it drives it into your head? I don't know. Somebody that makes hats, can you answer that? Off to the next field. Alright, 5 till 6. Finished up spraying. Kirk. And took the sprayer back to where he wanted it dropped off, where he stores it. Went on hook it. So I unhooked the PTO shaft, the hydraulics, all the electronics are unhooked. Get everything stowed away, everything put away. I go to get the jack. Well, guess where the jack's at? In the barn of my house. Because the jack scores down on the tongue. And when you're going through tall beams like I have, then that jack will just catch beams and pull them out and knock them over. So I left it in the barn. So I can see the house in there. I'm 2 miles from home, so I'll just park it here. Kirk will be over tomorrow. Kirk will be over tomorrow, and he can pick it up and take it back, put it in the shed where he wants it. Over there. I'll send him a message and let him know that it's at my house and why. So, yeah. I got a camper tire to put back on and oil to change in Dad's vehicle. Alright, I got the sprayer behind the barn unhooked. I put Scooter in the barn. I got the wagon pulled around behind the barn and put the Ford back in the barn. I fired up Bertha, a 235, backed it in the barn, started the semi, and backed it in the barn. So all that equipment is in the barn now, out of the way. I just talked to Dad, and he says he's gonna not worry about the oil change on the Buick. He says it's still got some miles left on it. So CJ called and sent Tammy over after the tire. It's a Carlisle. Nice looking tire. They're having trouble getting these Tomax Power Kings, so he's been getting Carlisles. And so this is ST 235 80R16. So trying to see how many ply it is. HD. Guess I'd have to get my glasses on to see that. Load range E. Max pressure 80 psi. So that's probably at least a 10 ply. So we'll put this one on there and see how that goes. So I don't have to move the bug. I will take this out in the yard and turn it around, park it out there pointing this way. And yeah. Drink a couple beers, take a shower, relax, fall asleep in my chair. Oh, it looks like we could get a storm off to the west. I haven't checked my radar. Been nice and calm all day. I mean, you can see Old Glory there. She's just barely moving. The corn stalks aren't even hardly swaying. So yeah, it was a good day to spray. And so yeah, that's my game plan. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm gonna leave that camper sit right there. I'll put the tire on it and get the jack put away and all that stuff, but there's no sense in moving it till I'm ready to unhook it. And I'm not ready to unhook it yet. So, guess that might be it for tonight. Anyway, just a normal Friday. Go, go, go. It seems like every day's been go, go, go lately. Just chasing my tail. But it's what we do, right? So, anyway. We bought a little collapsible wagon to take with us tomorrow to put lawn chairs and cooler with some snacks and some drinks for the kids. And I'm sure the kids will be in it at some point. So, yeah. Cute little bugger. I just got to figure out how to collapse it. There we go. So, yeah, 225 pound rating on it, which means I'm not going to ride in it. But, all right. So, yeah, so we got to get that around. We got to get chairs for everybody. And we'll go from there. So, I don't know if I'll see you again tonight yet, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget to hit the like button or the dislike button, regardless of which, you know, either way. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you want me to do anything different. Big shout out to Alvin Rupke and Vision Quest over in Elmore, Ohio for the decals. Real reasonable price and excellent work. So, other than that, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the little bell notification. That way when I post a new video, you'll get notified. And share it with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.